They don't care about you. Well, they do. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on your mailing list. Let's get into this week's episode, and I'll explain more.
Welcome to the Everything Email Podcast with Ken Countess. Ken is a world-renowned email marketing expert. He'll help you 10x your business with email strategies that generate more sales, a lot more sales. And now, here's Ken Countess.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Everything Email Podcast. I'm Ken Countess. This is episode 52, and it's called They Don't Care About You. Now, I'm not saying they don't care about you as an individual, but they don't want to read what you've written about yourself in your emails. They want to learn what you can do to help them be better at what they're doing, running their business. So they don't care about you per se. They want to know what's in it for them. Hey, this is episode 52, which means we've been at this for about a year. We had a few episodes that came out in a flurry, so this podcast isn't quite a year old, but 52 is a magical number. Certainly 52 weeks in the year. If you play cards, 52 cards in a deck, typically, if you play things like poker. But really what's more significant is that this podcast is now heard in nearly 50 countries, nearly 500 cities. So no matter where you're joining us from, welcome. And I hope that you will not only subscribe to this podcast wherever you're finding it, whether it's on Apple Podcasts or Google or Spotify or any of the dozens of other places. And by the way, we're also now on YouTube as well. So thank you so much for joining us. And I hope not only that you'll subscribe, but let other people you know about this podcast, because my mission is to help everybody become better marketers, whether it's just email or anything else that you do. All right, so let's get into today's episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, you will find that there is some additional information there that I'll be referring to. You'll be able to see it visually. But if you're listening in the car, if you're on a typical podcast listening to audio, you won't miss anything, I promise. Okay, so here's the thing. Your inbox, like many people's inboxes, is probably cluttered, right? You get up in the morning, even though you cleared out your inbox the night before, and the next morning you may have a dozen, 50, 100, 200 emails waiting in there. So your inbox continues to get cluttered. Am I right? Well, your customers are thinking theirs are cluttered too. And they don't wake up in the morning saying, gee, I can't wait to see who sent me an email last night. So what you want to do is you want to make your customers understand that you care to provide value to them. So make your emails about them so that when they look in their inbox, the first emails they look at are the ones that answer the question, what's in it for me? You may have seen the term WIIFM. That means what's in it for me? And if you're looking online, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm pointing out a couple of the emails that are in my inbox right at this very moment while I'm recording. But as I promised, if you're just listening, think about it this way. The emails that what you check first when you check your inbox, they're typically the ones that have your name in it, in the subject line. So the easiest way, and by the way, those are going to be the ones you'll probably look at first and decide whether or not to open first. Everything else is almost secondary, because when you make it personal, when you make it about them, when you draw their attention to it, that's going to get your greatest amount of engagement. So the easiest way to get engagement, the fastest way to increase engagement with your customers and sell more, is to get their attention with a personalized email. It's been proven. Personalized emails lead to higher open rates, more clicks, and more conversions. Personalized emails can help you create a strong connection with your customers. It helps you build trust, and it helps make your messages that much more effective because you're talking to them directly. So when it comes to personalizing emails, don't just spray and pray with generic messages. Provide value and take the time to get it right. Do your homework. Use data that you've got to create customized emails that are relevant to your customers. So, for example, use their names in the subject line. Learn their interests. If you're using email marketing or you're using a CRM, tag people with the things you know are of the most interest to them. And then you could send emails that target their interests. If you sell stuff online, use the data from their past purchases, whether it's the type of product they bought, the service they bought, even how recently they purchased from you. Maybe they hadn't purchased anything in a while and you want to re-engage them. You can also customize your personalized emails based on geographic location. So let's use this as an example. Maybe you have clients that are spread out around the city, state, region, nation, world. You can customize emails based on where they're located. Again, use tagging to make that happen. Whatever you can use, make them feel special, make them feel appreciated. What I want you to do is stand out from the crowd. Show your customers that you care, and be sure to use personalization in your email campaigns. It's a win-win. Your customers will feel that you have their best interests at heart, and you'll sell more. That's it for this week. Personalization is what it's all about. Remember, people care about growing their business, and they're hoping that what you provide in your email campaigns will help them do just that, either by providing them education, providing them with news and info about the products and services you sell, but make sure you make it about them. Okay, that's it for this week. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to check out our website. It's kenisemail.com. There's a lot of stuff there. So kenisemail.com/packages. Check the tabs at the top of the website. Find out about the packages we offer to help you grow your business. If you're not already on my mailing list, so you can continue to get tips like these in your email and find out what the current podcast episodes are, you can find all of that at kenisemail.com. Hey, thanks for listening this time around. If you're interested in working with me, go to kenisemail.com/packages. kenisemail.com/packages. And don't forget to join my mailing list. If you're not already on it, go on my website, kenisemail.com, kenisemail.com, and go ahead and join my list there. Hey, we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Everything Email Podcast with Ken Countess. If you like the podcast, tell your friends and coworkers about it. Be sure to visit kenisemail.com to sign up for Ken's mailing list. You'll get great marketing tips every week in your inbox. Have questions? Send Ken an email. It's ken@kenisemail.com. See you next time.